Hey guys, here in the workshop again with my VStar 650, and we've got an adventure today. We're going to pull the wheels because it's time for new tires. I got new tires today in the mail, and a set of Kenda tires. I got a 170/80/15 in the rear and a 190, sorry, make that a 190/19 in the front. Something like that anyway. I'm probably wrong, doesn't matter. So today we're going to use this little motorcycle lift right here to hopefully jack this thing up and unbolt some wheels. I think to pull out the front and rear axles, we got to remove the upper muffler, probably because it's easy to remove. It's a bolt and a clamp to slide that muffler off. Off is that way. And with lots of room to work. We don't have to squeeze it out with a wrench. We could just give her with the impact gun. So, but first we're going to get the bike supported. We're going to put it on the lift. Hopefully get it somewhat balanced in there with not only the lift, but a couple axle stands as well, because safety is one of those things. Anyway, let's get to it. Well, to be honest, I'm not even sure this will fit under my bike. But let's give it a try. Center gravity around. Doesn't fit, so we need Susie's help. Susie! Oh, I don't know. It's in the air. I got some axle stands situated, but it's not being supported. So we're going to do some adjusting here. How's this side? This side's not touching it, so where is it? Let's have a look. It's very heavy bike. You can see I'm right at the edge of the lifting area, so it's not exactly how I want to have it set up. You can see how you can't see anything. I got to reposition these axle stands. That's all I know. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, I think we're supported now. I left the jack out of there, but it's supported the rear of the frame. Not the swing arm, but the frame with the axle stand and supported the front with those guys. So it's going to take a small earthquake to make this girl rock off. So I'm going to start by pulling the rear wheel. It seems to be more rear biased, the weight. So my center of gravity might be more this way, actually. Makes sense. And to do that, we got to disconnect the brake. We're just going to thread this nut off. I guess I could just take it off the splines there too. That's probably easiest, eh? Yeah, I think I'm going to take it off the splines. And once we have the wheel off, I'll be able to inspect the drum as well, see how much is left of that thing. And we'll have a real good look at this tire. Just look at it. Oh, somebody's been spinning. Oh yeah, and you probably can't see this. Hold on. Some people are talking about the 4-hole mod, the 6-hole mod. I did like the 12-hole mod. I just drilled around the silencer and it's quite a bit louder now. Looks terrible, but we'll worry about that later. And I did the same to cylinder 1. So, we got our big axle nut here. We're going to be undoing that on, I believe, on this side. Yeah, that big nut. This guy. And then we're going to unbolt our drive shaft. I think we're going to have to unbolt it. I actually don't know what I'm doing. If you haven't figured it out by now. Maybe we'll just unbolt the whole diff. Does it just slide out of here? I guess I'll try that. If I can just unbolt the diff as one unit, we'll do that. And I think I mentioned the brake, and we've also got this stay steady, whatever you want to call it. It holds your brake unit in place. So I'm probably just going to do that right there. And you can see this wheel needs to be cleaned up. She's been sitting for a while. Away she goes. So let's get going. Alright, we got our axle nut off. The mounts for the differential. Those 4 bolts, 1, 2, 3, 4 are removed. The brakes removed. So this, I've actually slid it back about 1/4 of an inch. And you can see it's, oops. You can see it's moving past the drive shaft. We'll be able to see the sealing area and clean it up. So, you'll also want to watch your fender and license plate. Probably want to unscrew that. But of course, because I'm lazy, I'm going to try and do it without doing that. Remember, when you pull off the wheel here, the weight's going to transfer to the front of the motorcycle. So be prepared for that, or set it up on jack stands like I have. Down and out. And of course, just like I said, the license plate is keeping me from getting it out, so looks good. Okay, I was 100% wrong about the drive. The drive shaft does not come separate. It actually pulled out of the engine, but we should be able to get that lined up and move those splines a bit more. And you can see that just goes into the, you probably can't see anything. So anyway, that's how my motorcycle's driven, shaft drive. So let's give it a spin. Would you look at that? Look, it's sealed, it's not even leaking. Wow. And it, on the, sorry, I'm doing this with an iPhone, so that's my first mistake. So through your diff, there's actually the spacer bushing. I'll show you where that goes. It drops right in there. And that, your axle goes through it. And there's my brake shoes. And look at that, they're like 100%. Not 100%, but not enough that I need to worry about it. So drum looks good too. I've got new wheel bearings actually. I'm going to put those in. These are probably original. This is the original tire from 2000 is the production date. So for today, I'm going to punch out those wheel bearings, and I'm not going to clean up this wheel yet, but we are going to punch out those bearings. Interesting. I guess it drives. The diff drives on the inside of these little lugs here, if you can see those. See those tiny little lugs in there? That's where the diff rides. It looks like there's some sort of grease in there. I don't know, there's stuff in there. You probably want to read your owner's manual on doing this. Oh, there's an O-ring there. Make sure that's in good shape. Keeps the grease in and out of the flailing around the wheel, because that'd be good. Oh, how wide is this wheel? It's a 3.5 inch wide wheel. Tells me right there. And it's 15 inch. In Japan, it's for a motorcycle, believe it or not. So, I guess we could let the air out of it for today. I'm going to do this at work though. I don't know if I'll be able to film that, but I've got a good tire machine at work. Oh, I could try letting the air out myself. It's a DID wheel. I guess I could try doing this at home, but I'm not very good with bars, so I'm pretty much just going to throw this in the back of my truck and do the work. Anyway, so that's the rear wheel done. I didn't even have to take off the muffler after all, so now it's time for the front. Front, we got two things to worry about: a brake and speedo drive. Speedo drive hooks up right about here. There's a nut. Let's see, this threads out. We'll worry about that when we get there. And I'm not going to take the front fender off, but that's kind of where we're at. Well, we're just about ready to pack it in for the day. I got the front wheel off, no problem. Easily done. Just undo this Allen key here. This kind of acts as a lock for the bolt here. Just basically squeeze these two sections of the fork tube together and back out your bolt. You don't even have to worry about the caliper because, well, you're going to have to worry about the caliper if you press the brakes with the wheel off. And I just unthreaded the speedo drive. That's it. So I got the wheels off. I'm going to bring these to work tomorrow and hopefully show you how it's done. I'm at the old shop here and got me a stack of tires. Let's see what I got. One of my co-workers, Tom, was nice enough to help me mount these up. The tire machine that we have at work actually didn't fit through the center axle, or the center of the wheel. This hole was just too small for our machine, so we had to do these by hand with the old pry bars. So these are my new tires. I got a Kenda Challenger on the front. And what is it, Kenda K657F. On the rear, it's a different tire, obviously. It's a K671, also from Kenda. Oops. And yeah, the old tires were pretty stuck to the rims, pretty rusty. You can see the rust on these old ones. So it was a bit of a job to get them off the wheels, but with 4 of us standing on it and lots of prying action, it worked just fine. So I'll be bolting these on shortly. It's Thursday now, probably gonna just get ready for the long weekend, and then probably gonna do some riding shortly, but I don't know if you can see right now. It is pelting rain out there like well, it looks like we're inside the shop, but we're not. Let me show you how it's raining outside. Like if this ever happened in Manitoba, look at that. It's freaking flooding in here. It's just a disaster out here, so not a good day or weekend for riding anyway, so there's not really a big rush to get things sorted. Oh look, it's Kia. We want to see ya. The Kia. Oh, this is my dealership, by the way. Shop tour from Nowell. It's my toolbox, and this is my sort of my bays here. This is where I hang out during the day. It's clean shop, good crew. And anyway, so pretty much just gonna leave this for now. But I also punched out the wheel bearings, and the way I did that was there's this little stub axle inside of each one. You kind of knock it down out of the way, and then from the other side of the hub, I can actually punch out the bearing with ease. So I'm going to take a 32 mil socket, which is kind of the diameter of this, and knock in new bearings at home. And this is the drive. These little teeth here, once again, that's where it's driven. So we'll dump some grease in there.